All right, welcome to Top Trading Academy, folks. Today is 23rd November, Sunday night. Let's take a look at the market conditions and see what market look like. All right, so there are some lot of changes coming in the market, folks, lately, and let's take a look at see what market look like. So as you can see here, this is your 50 SMA, 100 SMA, and 200 SMA, and market did break the trend line right here. And we are right now testing the linear line, which is 100 SMA right here, and market trying to create a sloping resistance, means the tops are started falling. You can see this is the first time trying to market bounce, rejection, but again try to test the market and rejection. Okay, and bulls are giving up. MACD first time entering into bear territory since May 2025. Okay, almost May 2025. Now we are in November, so MACD entering to bear territory. Look at the volume here, come in red. Everything here is green except these entering into red, and conditions are giving up. So what does it mean? That means we are turning little bearish. That's the only one support you have, which is 100 SMA and your linear line. Conditions are giving up. So what do you think, Josh? Market gonna go and test the 200 SMA or gonna go lower? Support gonna break? Absolutely. Technical fundamental class applies. Technical fundamental, not the intraday, folks. Okay, technical fundamental class, right? Look like all the SMAs are bullish here, but market is overextended. Condition already started giving, so there are some weakness. Okay, but do you see candle just stacking red? No, what I see here is now more red than the more green. But yes, market does shows weakness because of the price is getting below the cloud conditions, and bears are lining up here. We are at the support. So what do I see here is you could have a little small bounce like this, and then kaboom, like this, and kaboom, right there. Okay, but we are not like a bloodbath going on in the market look like. Okay, it's just a correction coming in. But yes, absolutely, because overextended, and folks, holiday season starting, right, and the new year will be coming soon. So people market, there are a lot of asset managers, they want to clear up, they want to book their profit, right? So what they do is they slowly sell. They cannot dump everything in one day right? So they got to go with the tricky way. All right, that's how these people will be selling. So right now market looking bearish, and they want to go and test the lower area. This support could be flipped, but in between you're gonna see a green red like that. Okay, because the conditions are changing. So that's the scenario look like. Now we're gonna go and take a look at the smaller time frame, see what market look like in a smaller time frame. So we're gonna go 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, MACD already here bearish and creating a bullish divergence here, but squeeze are bearish, conditions are bearish, so smaller bounce if you would expect. That's the 4 hours. Let me look at a little more smaller hours. That's the 1 hour chart, and market creating a bullish divergence since November 25th, and sorry, 21st, right here, 14th, and today is 21st. So 14th to 21st creating a divergence. That's all right. So conditions are overall bearish, as you can see right here, sloping resistance. So you can see bounce, rejection, like that. So if you see bounce, I'm expecting the little bounce around 666, and then be careful, could have a rejection. If this resistance flip, then we could go to the next resistance would be around here. But most likely we got to be very careful around 665 before we go to 675. All right, and this is the your support area, which is very careful. So this area is very critical, folks. Okay, I think everybody knows 650 and 675. All right, so in between here market could ping pong. That's okay, could be bullish, could be bearish. As long as this support is intact, folks, market still has a, you never know, still could bounce. If this rejection comes again here, that means bears are still in control. The moment market flips this right here, 682, then the whole game changes and they could go to the roof, right? But I don't see, that doesn't look like to me here yet. Okay, because the condition is changing here. That is the reason. Okay, so right now you're gonna see shallow bounce and rejection, bounce, rejection. Okay, that's what its 1 hour chart look like. And let's take a look at 30-minute charts also here just before. Already here, so little still you can see right here, tops are falling. So we are part of the bear territory, bear cycles, and a lot of bears are here. Okay, still. So if you expect bounce, yeah, you could have a little bounce here, because this is a sloping resistance here, and I'm not expecting crazy bounce, folks. Okay, maximum this area 667. All right, and see what happens. So these are the levels to keep it in mind for tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, right? Maybe Monday, Tuesday will be two. By the time the whole game will change. But yeah, these are the area to keep it in mind for Monday, Tuesday, and see what happens then after whatever market brings. But now the holiday season starting, folks, so that is the reason a lot of asset managers, they want to clear their positions. Probably that would be the reason. So we have a little correction coming, folks. All right, so you never know when market would be in a big red candle such like this. I'm expecting more red candle, but in between I'm expecting green also and red also, okay, until December. And then if everything flips here, the trend line flips and want to go higher, then the whole game could change, okay. But most likely the bear is entering into bear territory, bears are coming in, and over here when market goes all the way the top here area, it could be a good short. Remember, folks, people who are looking technical fundamental class applies, could be a good short to go lower, because market always play dirty game. All right, because the conditions are kind of giving up. Let's see, slowly, but still remember, SMAs are all still bullish, super bullish, right? So that is the one reason we need to wait for the bounce and rejection. We could go lower because MACD entering into bear territory. Yes, they are creating the lower high and lower low. So lower high, lower low, that is what is look like. All right, so that's your SPY. Let's take a look. Q. All right, Q. So this W pattern was earlier, last 2 weeks. All right, so here tops are falling. You can see we are still testing the same zone, 590 right here market. Okay, this is a 30-minute chart. So now if you see around 600, be careful. All right, you could have rejection. If rejection comes, you could go lower. Let me look at a little bigger time frame, 1 hour chart. If you see here, yeah, still bears are there, folks. Okay, on this one, as long as this trend line is intact, folks, okay, if you want to be QQQ bullish, you want this trend line to flip in order to be bullish. Until then, I would not even consider anything right now. They are bearish. So 620 is your hurdles here, and then you have another sloping resistance. So be careful on a QQQ long. MACD still in bear territory, volume just squeeze bullish, so there might be a little bounce until 600, and then see what happens. Okay, and that rejection comes good lower. Okay, but sloping resistance you got to watch. Okay, this is out of the picture right now. 627 is out of the picture. Okay, now you got to go through this sloping resistance, which is around 605. Okay, 610 around it, yeah. But in between, before that, we need to go through 600. Okay, on a QQQ. So bears are still there, strong here, because look at these strong bears are here. All right, so lower high market creating, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, if anything tops are, bottom rising, then we will know. Right now I don't see bottom. Look at this bottom to this bottom, this bottom to this bottom. So lower high market creating, still weakness. Market has it. All right, folks, so keep it in mind. Still market got a weakness. IWM, let's take a look at IWM now. So IWM still channel intact. Okay, IWM trying to bounce, folks. Okay, you can see right here, MACD here creating bullish diversion, and IWM want to go, but IWM need to flip to 38 area. If this flips, folks, IWM could go to 245, and looks like IWM want to push it up. So if I would like to choose long side, I would love to have IWM for once the market flips to 240, 239, then IWM would be a good for shallow bounce right here around 5 handle, 6 handle, shallow bounce compared to QQQ and SPY. IWM could be a good bounce, okay, if that happens. Prefer to be, because look at the volume still here on a 1 hour chart, looks like bullish. We just need to flip this resistance. Once we flip, then yes. Other than that, overall wind direction is south. If market want to sell, absolutely they could still, bears are there because we are in a bear territory on IWM. So these are the level to watch for IWM, folks. Okay, still bearish. Okay, still look at the tops are falling. So still bears are in control on our IWM. These are the level to keep it in mind. Okay, there's your IWM. Let's take a look at the Tesla. All right, just a second, let me go back here. Tesla, man, so remember last Sunday I said that Tesla lining up, the bears are lining up, so be careful. 50 SMA we broke. Now we are testing the 100 SMA, and the target I mentioned around 365, so we are not that far from it. Right here, MACD entering into bear territory. Look at here, volumes are coming in, bulls are giving up. So Tesla wants to go lower and could go to 335 some point of time. When would be, nobody knows, but look like they want to push it lower. Right now we are testing the support. 365 could bounce, maybe in December or something we could have a bounce and then could go lower. But right now bears are lining up on Tesla. Okay, so keep it in mind, folks. Be careful long on Tesla. Okay, just be careful. Tesla is a good short. All right, so if you want to short, you want to have a bounce to 50 SMA right here around 430, could be a good shot on Tesla. That's a Tesla. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin, BTC, USD, Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin here, look like, folks, Bitcoin has a weakness coming. Look at that, bears are strong out here. Look at those conditions are super strong. So look like Bitcoin, remember we discussed that our support broke and I said Bitcoin want to go lower, folks, 92, and we did test that and we broke that, and Bitcoin pretty much heading around 74, 75. We are battling here. Okay, Bitcoin still got a weakness. Bitcoin still has some weakness. All right, so let's see. This is the support around here, but I think market makers are taking tolls on MSTR Bitcoin. A lot of people are holding, so taking tolls on it. It doesn't look here reversal yet, so still got a weakness on Bitcoin. Target area is around 72, and see what happens. Be careful, in a week or two Bitcoin might go a little lower. Okay, that's what it looks like, but we'll see. That doesn't mean they could bounce also a little bit, 95, 96, and then could go lower because they got plenty of time to play around. But here, look at the bears are still strong out here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin got a weakness, wick below the body coming. Look at that. Okay, wick below the body, but we need a bounce, and we need to take the previous high, which would be 93,000, in order to be bullish. And then you have resistance here. Okay, so 93,000 here, 95,000, you got to be very careful. Okay, until then still shallow bounce like this, go down, like this, go down. So looking at the green candle, be careful. 95 is just a shallow bounce. Still bears are intact here. You got to be a little bit careful on a Bitcoin still. Okay, that's that. All right, then the Nvidia had a great earning, folks, right? Nvidia, and look at that, MACD is solid bearish, folks. Look at the weakness. Wow, man, Nvidia is a good short, even though good earning. But yeah, wow. Okay, so Nvidia support is 165. Okay, Nvidia still got a weakness showing here. A lot more weakness shows, but 165 is the support going to test Nvidia. Be careful on a long on Nvidia. Okay, if any see bounce like this, but bears are strong there. So Nvidia 165 is the bear because MACD entering into bear territory. Be careful on a long side Nvidia. Okay, then let's take a look at the Microsoft. Microsoft was the great weakness we showed up last week, folks, 493, and I said Microsoft could go to 465, and look at that, Microsoft did test the target area 465 right there. Still weakness coming in on Microsoft. Microsoft could flip 200 SMA. Well, we'll see, but right now Microsoft might bounce. Be careful from 200 SMA, little shallow bounce, and then could go lower. We will see, but still bears are heavy on a Microsoft, so expect the bounce if they do it. Other than that, I don't like Microsoft right now. Okay, be careful. That's your 200 SMA, and 50 SMA might cross here to the 100 and it could be a little bearish. All right, Google. I like Google, folks, on the long side because look at the market dumping, Google going up, and Warren Buffett wants to buy. That's the reason. You can see squeeze bullish, volume bullish, condition bullish, everything. Imagine, folks, market is going down and Google going up. Imagine if market goes up, what would happen to Google? Right, so Google looking amazing right now. Look at that. All right, so Google is bullish, folks. If you want to be long side, Google is the one, right? But you need a wind direction north in order to go at the top area. But right now, excuse me, still Google looking to me bullish. All right, be careful. Google looking bullish to me. All right, that's the Google. Then Apple still has a weak bullishness right here. Little bit conditions are bullish. Little pullback may become little here because all SMAs are a little bullish here. Look at that, MACD little bearish, creating little divergence. Still bulls are here. Okay, still bulls are here on Apple. So support here 260. If you pull back here 260, could bounce also. So be careful. I would not go in short like that without weakness. Okay, so still strong. All right, folks. Then we have announcement, folks. Black Friday deal on all the education class, folks. People who are listening to me every day and say, Josh, I want to learn, folks. First thing I'll tell you, don't put any money into option without education, folks. Everybody need education, and that's why I try to teach you, folks. If you have any questions, this is the number. You can text me and learn this. So what we have is right now Black Friday deal going on, folks. Until Friday, you will have this deal. Okay, so if you want to join, whenever I give you the discount, use that discount. Not in the middle whenever you wake up and say, Josh, I need discount. We do not, because all the rules should apply to the same for everybody. So right now we have the deal, folks. Right here, any education class you take has the same deal, as well as alert room. People are asking me, alert room, folks, I do not give discount period for any month like that. Only holiday time I give. So now after a year, we are doing the same discount what we did. Okay, we do not do on a 4th of July and stuff like that on alert room. So this is the opportunity. People say, Josh, I want to join alert room for 6 months. Yeah, then you can take the advantage, and you can buy a 6 month, year subscription for alert room. That's up to you. Or you can, once the deal goes away, it will be $1,000 regular back to the normal. Okay, so if you want to join alert room, you can buy. You get $250 discount. You can buy 3 months, 2 months, is whatever you could afford. Okay, so that's applied to alert room as well as education. All right, so if the class is, you can do a la carte. So you can pick whichever class you like out of this, right? And you can pick whichever class, and your total comes out, for example, 4,000. So you only pay 3,000 because $1,000 off. If your total class comes out 5,000, you take off 1,250, right? And you can pay 3,750 right there. Okay, so something like that. Right now, Black Friday deal until Black Friday, folks. You can use that. All right, now the classes are the most important class is technical intraday class. Also, people who just want to learn intraday 0DT, you have to have this knowledge. A technical intraday class. Then people who are trading futures, folks, there are different technique to learn on futures. Right here I teach you need to learn how to scalp it on futures. You need to learn to trade how, overnight. So many things I teach in future, folks. So this is the future class to those who want to trade. Same thing about option class, right? People say, Josh, how do you print $2, $1, $4? People ask me. Then this is what you need to understand, how to apply. Option is different segment, morning, afternoon, noon, lotto time, morning time, right? FOMC time. There are so many things market makers set up. That's why you need to understand this, right? So this is what I teach in option class. These are all foundation class. Foundation class has a discount already, so no double discount applies. But yes, this has all discounted class. You can, but if you want to cherry picking, say you don't want financial class, you don't want macro class, okay, you can eliminate that and you can pick whichever you want and apply this discount. You can apply this discount to the regular price. Okay, all right. So folks, those who want to take the education class, for right here, I would highly recommend. First, I would recommend this, folks, instead of giving to market maker. All right, and don't forget to click the like button, folks, if you like this video. Please subscribe also to the channel. I always post market video update every time, and you can join. And how to join the alert room, right here, folks. If you want to join alert room, is $1,000. Right now discount is $750. Okay, so and it's a 2 months $1,500. Okay, so right here, and if you want to join the free group, right here is a free one, folks. You can join. There's 1,000 people here. You can join the free group. Okay, this is not the alert room. This is just a general conversation right here. Okay, all right, so see you guys tomorrow morning 9:30. I go every day live, folks. I share my screens on trading desk. All right, so don't forget to click the like button, folks. Thank you, everybody. See you. Bye.